Lagos generates the highest internal revenue among all other states in Nigeria. This makes the city of Lagos the 11th largest economy in Africa. This is progress. This is the City of Lagos TV show where we talk excellence. Thanks for joining us. State governance is serious business for Mr. Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu. Let's now keep you posted on recent engagements from the office of the governor. The Lagos State Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, was a special guest at the recently held 39th Council of Bishops of the Methodist Church of Nigeria, which afforded the prelate of the Methodist Church, Samuel Emeka Kalu Uche, the opportunity to request for compensation from the state government to the church with regards to the schools handed over to the mission and necessary support for the forthcoming 180th year of Methodism celebration in Badagry, Lagos. Mr. Governor, in his speech, promised to meet up with their demands.
Papa had given me words for me to take back. He had asked that we should look at the compensation of missionary schools that we have given back, but that we should look for how to compensate them. Because indeed they are partners with government, and some of the things that government are meant to be doing are the things that you are doing. So whilst I'm not going to mention an amount, I'm going to say to you that I've taken up that challenge and that we will look for what kind of compensation we should give to all the missionary bodies that we have returned the schools to. Papa have also instructed and directed that I should make available free of charge the Teslim Balogun Stadium. Papa, you will have the stadium free of charge in September by the grace of God. And I want to say, God sparing our lives, I'll be joining you in that celebration of the 180th. And I also want to warmly and very humbly accept and acknowledge what you want to bestow on me the night of the James Wesley. I think it's an honor that one can only but thank God for.
The 2022 Workers' Day celebration have come and gone, but it was indeed a great opportunity for the Lagos State Governor to show gratitude and appreciation to the Lagos State workers for their tremendous contribution to the development of the state.
With a great pleasure that I join all workers of Lagos State and indeed Nigeria and the rest of the world to commemorate this year's International Workers' Day, a day to celebrate, to recognize and to acknowledge the contribution of our ever hardworking, dedicated labor force to the prosperity of our state and our nation. I therefore take this opportunity to appreciate all Lagos State workers, both in the private and the public sector, for your immense contribution to the economic growth and well-being and development of our state. Your untiring hard work has brought the continuous prosperity to our dear state and to create the boundless opportunities for the advancement of our society. The theme of this year's May Day celebration, labor, politics, and the quest for good governance and development in Nigeria, brings to mind the onerous tasks ahead of us to build a prosperous society that feeds its people, that provides decent and affordable health care and education, a society that provides a standard of living for every Lagosian that we can indeed be proud of.
And finally, from the governor's office, the Lagos State Governor was one of the key eminent personalities that attended the service of songs held for late Princess Dorcas Oshiale. Mr. Governor described the late educationist this way.
She was a bridge builder in the family. She was a strong disciplinarian. She'll be well missed, but we're happy because she lived a good life. She lived a good Christian life, and she has impacted a lot of children, grandchildren, people that are not even our own direct children, because that's what happens when you are an educationist. Her husband was, she also was one. And I can imagine how many souls, how many lives they've had to touch directly and indirectly. So this is a celebration.
And that's a wrap from the Governor's Office segment on the City of Lagos TV show. The show will continue in a moment. You're welcome to Property Lagos on the City of Lagos TV show. There is a critical agency that is saddled with ensuring that ownership of homes in Lagos is a dream come true. And this is one organization that is setting the pace in mass housing in the city of Lagos. I'm talking about the Lagos State Mortgage Board, also known as Lagos Homes. Let's welcome the General Manager, Chief Executive Officer of the Lagos State Mortgage Board, Mr. Bayowa Forsyth. It's a pleasure to have you on the program.
Thank you.
What is the mandate, the vision and mission statement of this esteemed organization?
The mandate is to reduce the housing deficit in Lagos. That was why the Lagos State Mortgage Board was created. The Lagos Mortgage and Property Law established in the year 2010, and the board was inaugurated in the year 2014. The primary factor or the reasons why this was created with the acronym for Lagos Homes called Lagos Home Ownership Mortgage Scheme. This is based on the fact that looking at statistics, the housing deficit in Lagos alone is over 4 million. So the government looked holistically into it and see that how do we mitigate this situation, and they came up with the Lagos Homes Ownership Mortgage Scheme, where you can access homes built by the government with a single-digit interest rate, a reduced and subsidized asking price on the property.
Lagosians would like to know what are the various strategic efforts, products, initiatives, and projects that you've actually executed, employed to set a pace in bridging the house deficit in Lagos.
We looked at the statistics and felt the deficit is so much. And we saw that we had people working in the center of Lagos and living in the suburbs. So quality of life was actually very low. You get people wanting to get into work at about 8 o'clock in the morning. They leave Okokomaiko, for example, at 4 o'clock in the morning to get to work for 8 o'clock. They leave probably Marina, the center of the city, at 5 o'clock after work and not get home until about 11 o'clock. So the government thought, wherever we find land within the city, we can now build, and that is why today you can go to Ilupeju and you see 120 units of 1, 2, and 3 bedroom on the Lagos Home Mortgage Scheme. You can go to Ogba in Wemko Road, you see 144 units and another 96. That is Anthony Ainahoro Scheme on Wemko Road. So we're building in the 5 divisions of Lagos. The Ibile divisions we have in Badagry, Mushi, Ikorodu. The governor, Mr. Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, has just commissioned 2 solid schemes in Ikorodu. One is the Prince Abiodun Guleye scheme that has 360 units of 1, 2, and 3 bedroom. We only just about a month and a half ago, the governor commissioned the Ibeshe housing scheme in Ikorodu as well. We're looking to go into Agbowa very soon that has 660 units, and all these are for Lagos residents. We'll come back to the Lagos Central area, which we have 744 units of Shongutedo housing scheme that we're currently pushing out to Lagos residents as we speak. There's the other aspect of the Shongutedo phase 2, 444 units, which is coming up very soon. All these are for Lagosians, but primarily there are certain things you have to be able to show to the board. One, you have to either be in full-time employment or do your own business as a self-employed and show that you have a monthly income. Basically, what we do here, we pre-qualify. You cannot use more than 33 1/3% of your monthly net income to service the repayments over the monthly repayment.
Lagosians would like to know how affordable, accessible, and available are these housing units for Lagosians?
In comparing to what you have in the private sector, the government has actually really subsidized these housing schemes. In terms of asking price, for Lagos residents, we've gone as low as 1.5 million for a room and parlor in Ekpe that has been fully subscribed to. With that, you only pay 15,000 naira per month. The equity contribution of 5% is just 75,000 naira. The interest, a premium of about 6%, and that shows is very good. For the Igbobo scheme, the maximum price you would pay on the 3-bedroom is 8.5 million, but you don't have to put that 8.5 million down. You put an equity contribution of 400,000 and a repayment of about 82,000 every month. Accessibility. Looking at the super urban area, which we're calling Shongotedo, the Lekki axis, you wouldn't really call that social housing, but you have people who work in the aviation sector, work in the communication sector, who do not necessarily want to buy land. They just want, ready-made. We have people even in the banking sector, entertainment sector, that really wants these places. So those ones are going for 15 million, 20 million, and 25. The repayments for that is for the 1-bedroom, you have 158,000 per month. For the 2-bedroom, you have 210,000 per month, and the 3-bedroom is 263 thereabout. If you look at that, if we're going to do a pre-qualification on that, for the 3-bedroom, you should be able to show us that your monthly net income that comes to you is just a little bit over 800,000 naira per month. We do it firstly on first come, first serve basis. Now we must understand that the demand is so high. They have so much confidence in the government now, most especially when Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu took the realms of affairs and made housing one of the key factors in his team's agenda, making housing 21st century economy. He has commissioned so much within the last 2 years. He has done probably about 14 estates. That suffices to say that the demand is more than the supply. Then the second thing we look at is the debt to income ratio, is a factor at which we look at who to allocate and who not to. Because in this game, you have potential defaulters. And the only way you get your potential defaulters is through the pre-qualification process. We have a process here. Once you get the offer letter and do all the payments, it's even stated on the offer letter that there is an insurance premium to be paid. Whilst you're making that payment, there's a risk. There's a risk on your side and there's a risk on the government side. The risk on government side is that you've only paid probably about 5% of the asking price of the property. So the 95% risk is on the government. So it's statutory and mandatory you make that insurance payment against fire. On the other side, you have life insurance, and that is for you. And we make it very important. So if anything happens to you, then our insurance, which is the Lagos State Insurance, LASACO, make those payments. They either do the payment as against the unit itself, spouses or your children, they take possession of those units. So it's very important. We always put a facilities manager there. They meet, all the allottees meet a facilities manager before they move in. In fact, it is the FM that will midwife them into various apartments. So we make it very important that a facilities manager is appointed to every scheme, and we make sure that facilities management payments are made initially, then subsequent ones are made annually.
What is the nature and level of synergy with other key stakeholders? Are there challenges you face in this business?
All we do here is we pre-qualify and we do the allocation based on when the units are completed. However, whilst these constructions are going on, we go there, we inspect, we look at the timelines as well. If they give us a June completion, we come back and tell Lagos residents that Agbawa scheme is going to be ready in June. So obviously that synergy we have with the ministry that builds all these houses, the Lagos State Development Property Corporation, who are home providers as well. Apart from that, we also do collaboration and talk to the private sector based on what they really can provide for the state government, even through the ministry. Such projects that have actually happened lately was the Ecostone collaboration. They built about 255 units of 2 and 3 bedroom bungalows in Idale, in Badagry. Very soon, that will be completed and brought onto the rent-to-own program of government. The main challenge is the supply side. What government has done lately, I don't think there's any government apart from that in Lagos that have done something like this. To date, over 10,000 individuals would have benefited from what the state government has done regarding the rent-to-own program and the mortgage scheme. In the next probably 36 months, the first set of beneficiaries of this scheme will be rounding up. They're going to hit their 120th month in about 36 months' time. As at the time they bought this property, I could say today that they're not going to sell it at that price. What we need from the government is to build more units for teeming Lagosians who need these units.
On a final note, what's your word of assurance and encouragement to Lagosians, prospective house owners, and of course to your stakeholders?
First and foremost, on behalf of Mr. Governor, Mr. Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, the talk and do it governor, who has been so passionate about shelter, who obviously we all know came from the shelter sector as the managing director of the Lagos State Development Property Corporation, and brought that wealth of expertise into running Lagos as a whole. We want to say today that this is a very, very important sector to us. Those who have not benefited, we are here. You can call on us. We are open to you. Whatever the issues are, I want to say clearly today that it's a thing in progress. We're going to build around the 5 divisions of Lagos. Those who do not get Sango-Tedo Phase 1 will get Sango-Tedo Phase 2. Keep knocking at our door. We're here to make sure the housing unit goes round Lagosians. To stakeholders, the demand is high and supply low. We want to collaborate with the private sector to be able to have more units, and we're open to innovations as well. Basically, it's just been a success so far.
Thank you, sir, for coming.
Thank you very much for having me today.
Well, it's been a wonderful time speaking with Mr. Forsyth. It's quite clear that Lagosians are in for a good deal when it comes to home ownership in the city of Lagos. We'll be right back after this time out on the City of Lagos TV show. Stay tuned.
If lives and property will be endangered, of course the government should do the needful. Once it is verified that these buildings are on the verge of collapse, so the government should go ahead and pull it down. In developed climes, there are certain number of years buildings should stand and they'll be torn down. The government should work on the engineers and also the quality of materials that are being used.
For the safety of the public, it is better that government do the needful and destroy those buildings because they are time bomb waiting to explode.
To save life of the people of the state, we have experts who can go there and test the building. Once they discover it's weak, it's better for such building to be destroyed immediately.
I think they should be given a warning, and if the owners do not do the needful, the government can destroy it.
Thank God it's Friday. It's another happy moment on Entertainment Lagos on the City of Lagos TV show. Let's chill you first with Entertainment Gist. I'm your girl, Joy Olaide. Let's go there. On Entertainment Gist, The Cloud Africa Awards 2022, hosted by Tolani Baj and VJ Adams, was a blast, and these were the key winners. Best Gospel, Mr. Chinwo. Best Collaboration, High by Adekunle Gold. Congrats to the winners. Whiskey's official night jersey is set for official launch soon. American award-winning Afrofusion pioneer Burna Boy has officially become not just the first Nigerian artist to headline at the Madison Square Garden, New York, but also the first to sell out his widely anticipated One Night in Space show. Also, he's set to release a 6th studio album titled Love Damini on the 2nd of July 2022. Finally, on Entertainment Gist, Barbadian recording artist Rihanna was honored with a marble statue by the Metropolitan Museum of Art at the Met Gala 2022. And that's it on Entertainment Gist. Let's now rock the gospel way with our gospel artist of the week, Evangelist Chuks Chidube.
Not so.
How are you, my brother?
Excellent. This kind God, now wonderful God. Thank God, God not God. Today, we go rock him in this house. Welcome.
Let's go.
Lagosians, my belly, they sweet me say I don't come back. It's time to know more about Evangelist Chuks Chidube. All right, my name is Evangelist Chuks Chidube, aka Praise Channel, This Kind God. I'm a music minister by the grace of God. I'm from Adazienu in Anocha local government area of Anambra State. For 38 years, by the grace of God, we've been on this journey, myself and my team, lifting Jesus across the nations of the world. I have several mentors, Kirk Franklin, Donnie McLaughlin, Nathaniel Bassey. I do gospel music because that is what I'm called to do. My music career has been tough from the beginning, but at a point, God showed himself. Over 300 released songs. This kind God, oh, I never see your type. Oh. We've done this in about 6 languages now. I also have African Mega Worship, very, very interesting. There's a new one I'm going to do today by the grace of God, Celebration. My Lagos people, time don't come, make we jollificate. I want sing now, that's my popular song by Evangelist Chuks Chidube, This Kind God.
This kind God, oh, I never see your type, oh. This kind God, oh, blessed be your holy name.
Praise Channel presents African Mega Praise. If you are ready to praise your way into your mega miracles, give the Lord a shout! This kind God, oh, I never see your type, oh. This kind God, oh, blessed be your holy name. Blessed be your holy name, Jesus.
This kind God, oh,
I never see your type, oh.
I never see your type, oh. This kind God, oh, blessed be your holy name.
One more time. This kind God, this kind God, this kind God, oh, I never see your type.
I never see your type, oh.
Move your body.
This kind God, oh, blessed be your holy name.
Now listen to me. You turned my morning into dancing. You took my shame and gave me fame. You turned my misery into a ministry, oh. Blessed be your holy name. Odiniyatata agone chemba onolife no lenyo joku eriaja alakpala to soile ayero ekun oko farao wana basi utiba basi etia basi edema basi. This kind God, oh,
This kind God, oh,
I never see your type, oh.
I never see your type, oh.
This kind God, oh,
This kind God, oh,
blessed, blessed, blessed,
blessed be your
blessed be your holy name. This kind God,
This kind God, oh,
I never see your type, oh.
I never see your type, oh.
Somebody sing with me now.
This kind God, oh,
Bless. One more time now. One more
blessed
time.
be your holy name.
This kind God, oh.
This kind God,
We give you glory. We give you
I
praise.
never see your
We
type.
exalt your holy name, Baba.
This kind God, oh, blessed be your holy name.
My God is good, oh. Come on, sing with me.
My God is good, oh.
I know someone I like that song. Well, you can get it, you can download it, and many more of my songs. Go to all the social media platforms. They are there. Spotify, Boomplay. Catch me on Facebook at Ivan Chuks Chidube. Instagram, Ivan Chuks Chidube. Twitter at Chuks Chidube. My YouTube channel is Praise Channel TV. Lagosians, it's been a great time hanging out with you guys. My passing word to you is this. I'm a living witness that God can lift anybody. The same God that lifted me can lift you if you keep looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith. It's time for me to go, and I appreciate you for your time today. Before I leave you, let me do one song to encourage you. Heaven and Earth is one of my new singles. I know it will bless you.
Heaven and earth adore you, Yahweh. You have done what no man can do. Oh, somebody wave your hands and worship the Lord. Blessed be your name, Most High God. Hallelujah. Yahweh, you have done what no man can do. Yahweh, 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 you have done what no man can do. Yahweh, I glorify your name. Praise Channel sing.
Yahweh, you have done what no man can do.
Yahweh,
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 you have
done what no man can do.
Whoa,
Yahweh, I glorify your name.
Heaven and earth adore you. Angels bow before you. Almighty Father, you are worthy. Yahweh. Heaven and earth adore you. Angels bow before you. Almighty Father,
you are worthy.
heaven and earth adore you. Angels bow before you, Jesus. Almighty Father, you are worthy. You are worthy. Heaven and earth adore you. Angels bow before you, Jesus. With your hands and bless the name of the Father, He's worthy. Hallelujah.
You are worthy.
Sambeya mama. Sambeya mama.
It's been fascinating, interesting, and exceptionally groovy on the show today. Thank you for watching. See you some other time. Ciao, ciao.
The city of Lagos evolves, transforms, and experiences constant change for the better. Get involved. See you next week.